Hello everyone. Today we will be learning about JavaScript. It is a very popular programming language. Now, before we proceed with our lesson, we will just have a look at a couple of reasons at why we should all learn JavaScript. The first and foremost reason is it is one of the most popular programming language around the world. As per a recent survey conducted by a study, around 12.4 million developers are currently using JavaScript. Another reason is it is very easy for beginners to use because it is it does not require a lot of setup and installation procedures. You can directly use your web browser and begin coding. JavaScript is easy to learn as the syntax is familiar to the English language. For other programming languages, you need to learn some various methods of syntax and a lot of different words, but JavaScript is very simple in that sense. The biggest and the most crucial reason would be it adds interactivity to websites. HTML structures the content you see on any website. CSS helps in styling it. But what brings the interactivity? That's JavaScript. So let's explore the P5 editor where we will write and execute commands simultaneously. On the left hand side, we have a workspace. This is where we will write our code, and on our right hand side is the preview space where we will see the output of a code. So when you run the code, when you press this button, you will see the output. So on line number 1, we have a setup function where we will initialize the environment of our code. On line number 2, we have create canvas. It is used to create a game area, and as you can see it is taking two numbers. So the first number is for the pixel width and the second number is for the pixels height. So let's change the first number and see how what difference it's making. Also we can change the second number. So as you can see the height has decreased. So let us revert it back to our original values. Now on line number 5, we have our draw function where we will write the elements of our code. Okay. On line number 6, we have a background. So to set a background, you can either put it in words in double quotation marks or you can even use numbers. So I'll change this color because the dove gray is not very appealing. I'll just put the color as lilac. Let's see. Okay, we'll go with cyan. Yes, it knows this color. Now we will create a small rectangle and we will give movement to it. Okay, it's going to be really fun. So we will add our rectangle instruction. We'll give it 4 values. Before we will begin wondering what are the 4 numbers doing, we'll do all the values one by one. We'll just see the output first. So as you can see, we are seeing a rectangle on our screen. The first number, we will see what it's going to do. The first number, let's change it to something else now. So you can see that it's moving towards the right. So it is nothing but the x coordinate of our rectangle. And the second number, let's move it upwards. So this is nothing but a y coordinate. The third number is for the width of our rectangle, and the fourth number is for the height. Whoa, look at that. Our rectangle is looking so big. So let's just change the width and the height to make it a little more appropriate. we can also use an ellipse command to create a circle. 200 comma. The first number once again is for the x coordinate, third number is for the width, second number is for the width, and the third number, it is just for the radius of our circle. Look at that. We have a ball. Now I don't want the ball to be appearing inside my output, but I don't want to remove the code either. So what I can do is I can just comment it. I will use double slash and the ball will go off. Now let us make a rectangle move. To store anything in our game, we use variables, okay? So we'll initialize a variable to store the x position of our rectangle, okay? Also, we want the position x to move slowly. So we'll give it a little bit of a speed, okay? So what we'll do is we'll write position x is equal to position x plus 1. We are giving it the speed like increase by 1, and instead of the x coordinate we will write position x. Now let us run and see the output. Wow, look at that. And if you want to increase the speed, we'll just give a bigger number. It just went off screen. Now I want my rectangle to move from the top left corner, so I'll give it 10. Yes, now it will move from the top left. Now let's decrease the speed, it's just going off too fast. Now let us try and make the y position of our rectangle move. Now I want it to move in another direction, so we'll initialize another variable called position y, and we'll give it a value of 50. Okay, in the same manner we have initialized the speed of position x. Let's initialize the speed of position y. Plus 1, and we'll remove the y coordinate and we'll write position y. Look at that, the rectangle is moving downwards. If we were to make it move upwards, what should we do? We'll just use the minus sign and we'll see it going up. Look at that. Let's change the x and y coordinates. We want it to move it from the center. Let's see that. Now shall we make the ellipse move? We'll give it a position x and position y. So at this point, we're just exploring with what the commands will do. Look at that, they are moving together. So I hope you enjoyed your first lesson